Everyone has been to a hospital. It's the place we trust. We trust it with our lives. When everything goes wrong, every day ambulances rush in. Through the emergency entrance, surgeons perform life-saving operations. Thousands of patients receive treatment. Hospitals send out big bills. Bills worth thousands of dollars, even tens of thousands of dollars. It's easy to believe. Owning a hospital is very profitable. But that's where most people are wrong. Many hospitals operate on thin margins. Some even lose millions every year, despite generating enormous revenue. They face the highest operating costs. Building a modern hospital costs hundreds of millions of dollars before the first patient arrives. Once it opens, the spending continues. Hospitals can't close early. They must stay open 24/7. Every day of the year, highly trained doctors and nurses, pharmacists, technicians, and support staff must always be ready. Emergencies don't follow business hours. MRI scanners and CT machines, surgical robots and intensive care units, laboratory systems and backup generators, all cost enormous amounts of money. Add strict government regulations, malpractice insurance, and cybersecurity. Rising labor costs too. The economics become very complicated. So how do hospitals make money? Why do some grow into empires, while others struggle to survive? Every successful hospital starts with an enormous investment first. Hundreds of millions of dollars to build the facility. They need large campuses, space for emergency vehicle access, parking structures, and future expansion. In major cities, land costs tens of millions of dollars. Next comes construction. Modern hospitals require operating rooms, intensive care units and emergency departments, laboratories and imaging centers, pharmacies and specialized ventilation systems. Every room is carefully designed to protect patients and support procedures, making construction far more complex than a typical commercial building. Then comes the medical equipment, MRI scanners and CT scanners, X-ray machines and surgical robots, ventilators and laboratory analyzers, patient monitors and hospital beds. Some machines cost several $1,000,000. They need regular maintenance and periodic replacement over time. But the biggest investment is people. Hospitals operate 24 hours a day, every single day of the year, employing hundreds or thousands of staff. Doctors, nurses and surgeons, pharmacists, technicians and engineers, IT specialists, cleaners and security, administrative staff as well. Payroll becomes the largest expense, even after construction is complete. Spending still continues every day. Hospitals must maintain expensive insurance, purchase medical supplies and pharmaceuticals, invest in cybersecurity and working capital. By the time the first patient arrives, owners have made a huge investment, one of the largest in business. After investing hundreds of millions, how does a hospital earn it back? Hospitals don't rely on one income source. They operate dozens of services. Every department contributes differently. The emergency room is very busy, open 24 hours a day, treating broken bones to heart attacks. Emergency care generates significant revenue, but it is very expensive. Staff and equipment must stay ready. One of the biggest revenue drivers is surgery, heart operations and joint replacements. Minimally invasive surgeries too. Procedures can generate thousands of dollars. Hospitals keep operating rooms fully booked. Every empty room means lost revenue. Outpatient services have become important. Many patients visit for the day. Diagnostic imaging and laboratory testing, physical therapy and chemotherapy, specialist consultations and same-day procedures. These services treat more patients, while reducing the cost of stays. However, one of the biggest surprises, hospitals rarely receive the full amount listed on a patient's bill. Insurance companies negotiate lower rates. Government programs pay fixed amounts for specific treatments and services. As a result, hospitals may collect far less than the original bill. To remain financially healthy, managers constantly monitor key metrics, occupancy rates and operating room use, staffing levels and operating costs. A hospital may generate huge revenue, but if expenses rise faster, Profits can disappear almost overnight. Earning revenue is only half the battle. Controlling costs determines long-term success, even after generating millions in revenue. Many hospitals still struggle to profit. The biggest threats come from rising costs and unexpected risks that wipe out profits. The largest expense is labor costs. Salaries and benefits account for more than half of all expenses. Doctors, nurses, and pharmacists, therapists, technicians, and engineers, cleaners and security staff, too. They must be available around the clock. Shortage of workers forces hospitals to hire temporary staff at higher wages. Insurance payments create another challenge. If companies reduce reimbursement rates or deny claims, revenue drops, while expenses stay exactly the same. Hospitals have little control over this, making cash flow hard to predict. Legal and regulatory costs add pressure. Thousands of healthcare regulations to follow. Strict patient safety standards apply. A single malpractice lawsuit or data breach can cost millions. In legal fees and settlements, technology is a never-ending expense. Medical equipment needs regular upgrades. Cybersecurity requires constant investment. Software must be updated often. Falling behind is not an option. Outdated technology affects patient care and financial performance as well. This is why profit margins are small. Even a slight increase in costs or drop in patient volume can push a hospital into loss. In one of the world's essential industries, financial success is not about charging more. It's about running an efficient organization. So after looking behind the scenes, is owning a hospital a good business? The answer is yes, but only for organizations with enormous financial resources, experienced leadership, and long-term vision. A hospital isn't designed to generate quick profits. It requires constant reinvestment, careful planning, and balance between financial performance and quality patient care. The most successful hospitals understand efficiency is just as important as good medical treatment. They invest in better technology, highly trained staff, and preventive care, streamlined operations to reduce waste, while improving patient outcomes. Every small improvement helps lower costs and strengthen the future. Looking ahead, the healthcare industry will continue to evolve rapidly. Artificial intelligence and robotic surgery, telemedicine and remote monitoring. These innovations can improve efficiency and save many lives, but they require billions in investment.
Hospitals that adapt will succeed. Those failing to modernize struggle. Demand will keep growing long-term, for decades to come, creates enormous opportunities for hospitals. Behind every emergency room operates an incredibly complex business system. Remember, behind every life saved is a precise financial system. Subscribe for more episodes of Behind the World's Biggest Industries.